Oh, boy. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. As always, thank you for those that follow the doubleheader. I appreciate it. Thanks. So, guys, let's jump right into it. Well, wait. Hold on. Let's get the 5x5s out of the way. Get Grimes, thank you for the 5 by Whiskey. Patrice, Flown Grown, Loretta, Dan Phillips, Christian Prepper, Finley, Tiger, WTC, Joe FW, Dina, JC Fixer, Linda, Amanda, Adriana, Jay Moore, Noodlehead, thank you for the 5 by 5. Someone gave me a 5 by Whiskey. Get Grimes, thank you for that. Spotted Fawn, Dobie, thank you for the 5 by 5. Tony, Mackenzie, thank you for the 5 by 5. Jam and Jake, thank you for the 69 by 181. Loretta, Cat Lady, Melissa, Mr. Landfill, thank you for the 5 by 5. Bush Pig, Jaleese, thank you for the 5 by Truth. Jason, thank you for the Lizzo by Lizzo. Don't know why. Dick Whiskey, thank you for the 78 by 58. Sorry. Weight Loss, thank you for the 4 by 4. Kaya, The Rooster, Buy the Book, Rios, Ryan, Tracy, thank you for the 5 by 5. JOC, thank you for the Jason by Samson. Spamson. Okay. Celine, Rebecca, thank you for 5 by 5. Good enough. Anne Marie, Rick, Rhonda, Alan, Patty, Jimmy, Jesus Christ, Lisa, Ghost, Marcent, Sojourner, thank you for the 5 by 5. Big Chap, thank you for the 8 by 8. KW, Fallen, Chantel, if I said that wrong, sorry. Thank you for the 5 by 5. Deanna, Darcy, Jody, thank you for the 2 by 4. Water Tiger, American Prepper, thank you for the 5 by 5. Francine, thank you for the 5 by 5. Champ, thank you for the 26 by 25. Gail, Old Man, thank you for the 25. Appreciate it. Jason, would you blow the patience? What patience? What patience am I blowing? Mike, thank you for the 100 by 100. Roman, thank you for the 5 by Fubar. Roman Prepper. Ed, Chris, thank you for the 5 by 5. Appreciate it. And Paladin, thank you for the 5 by 5 by 5 by 5 by 5. Paul F, thank you for the 5 by 5. Spiderman, thank you for 4 by Chevy. All right, guys, let's jump into it. We spent 3 minutes on that. Very good. We broke a world's record. So, let's start with this shit that happened in, like I said, guys, we're watching tensions rise all over the place. There was not a giant protest, but a big enough protest down at Columbia College or Columbia University. Tempers flared during a dueling protest at a college campus, Columbia University, Thursday after Hamas shock attack against Israel 5 days ago, with supporters of Israel screaming at Palestinians. Palestinians are yelling at Israelis or people who support Israel. The demonstration at one CUNY Brooklyn College campus, Hunter College in Manhattan, and a third at Columbia. Now, the one at Columbia got carried away. They had to shut it down. All right. And now, all of these protests at these colleges, so Hunter College, which is, if I'm not mistaken, like a bunch of nerds, and then you got Columbia College, which are a bunch of like wannabe lawyers, and then you have the CUNY College in Brooklyn, or Brooklyn College. I don't know anything about that college. All of these people, guys, are finding out who their friends are. Keep in mind, these are people that were friends with these Palestinian supporters and or Israeli supporters. These people are finding out the hard way who their friends are, because now it's getting out of control. Now the demonstrations are getting physical. The one in Columbia College got physical. Hunter College and Brooklyn College, I didn't hear anything about it. So I'm assuming it didn't get physical. We're going to see more of these protests get physical. And there's going to be a lot of violence at these places in the next coming days, if not weeks. With that, guys, because they're seeing so many, I guess, contentious rallies NYPD ordered all cops to report in uniform tomorrow as ex-Hamas chief leader calls for a global protest. Now, he called for a global jihad. A lot of media sources are changing it to a global protest. Keep in mind, out of his mouth, he talked about a global jihad and then putting the application to practice. Remember that. NYPD has ordered all cops to report in uniform starting Friday in anticipation of potential unrest stemming from a call for the former leader of Hamas to stage a global demonstration in support of Palestine. Again, he also called for a jihad. The Post is leaving that out. All uniformed members of service in every rank will perform duty in uniform of the day and prepare for deployment. That means the unmarked guys, the undercover guys, they're all to report in uniform. Cops will not be granted excusal or shift change, and orders will remain in effect until further notice. The directive was issued after Khalid Meshal, if I said his name right, who served as chief of Hamas from 2004 to 2017, called on the Islamic world to stage a protest on Friday. Now, even if he did call for a stage on protest, which he did, but he also called for jihad. But let's just say he just called for a stage on protest. Still, we have watched, guys, in London, Australia, Washington, and even here in New York, how these rallies turn to blows. There has been physical altercations just on people being apart from each other. There's been physical altercations. So NYPD is beefing up security at all of its 77 precincts throughout the city, assign additional cops to monitor entryways and parking areas at the station house, according to the internal memo. Now, for those of you that weren't on the Angry Prepper, and the FDNY has also gave FDNY firefighters a heads up on the possibility of things going sideways tomorrow. I've never seen that. And so that, in them doing that, they're a little more concerned. Now, again, I'm telling everybody to be a little more cautious. That's it. I'm not telling you to change your daily plans or to stop anything you normally do. Just keep your head above you, keep your head about you, and keep your head on the swivel. That's all. Multi-agencies, including sanitation, the Triborough Bridge and Tunnel authorities, and the FDNY will all be required to alert the JOC as soon as they become aware of any incidents related to this event from Thursday through Sunday. This is going through the weekend, guys. This is not just for tomorrow. This is starting today into Sunday. By Monday, they will make a determination of whether or not they have to carry this on. Like I said before, guys, on the Angry Prepper, sanitation, EMS. Now, FDNY includes EMS as well and fire. I don't know if corrections is involved in this, being that they do have a Muslim population in jail as well. Nonetheless, guys, this is the warning that's going out to all agencies. Because the tension is rising everywhere around the world, we're seeing acts of violence, and we're seeing Palestinian groups of people drive through neighborhoods telling people to go rape daughters, rape women, fuck Israel, and fuck Jews. We're hearing that rhetoric. And that was in London, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to see that here. So, yeah, guys, take this a little more serious, but not, again, don't alter your day. Don't make this your world. Please don't. Should you be locked and loaded? Yes. Again, according to the federal agent, if you legally carry, you should be carrying tomorrow. And that was his advice. All right? So, again, put it in the back of your head. Stay ready. Stay frosty. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. Other than that, don't change your daily habits. Continue doing what you normally do. I'm not changing my habits. Well, I'm changing one habit. I'm going downtown tomorrow. Because I cannot fucking wait. I cannot wait for this fucking thing I'm talking about the protest tomorrow, the rally tomorrow. I can't wait for that. I'm all excited, man. I'm so excited my stomach's fucking hurting. But anyway, now talking about tensions rising, guys. We are watching people make stupid comments, and for example, 31 students in Harvard or 31 Harvard organizations blame Israel for the Hamas attack entirely responsible. Now, a lot of these students, guys, are lawyers. A lot of these lawyers are getting out of college. They're putting their request of paperwork in to work at certain law firms. There was one kid who got his application rejected because he opened his mouth, he supported Palestine, and the law firm was like, oh yeah, fucko? Denied. Now, in the lawyer world, guys, and I know this because I watch a TV show called Suits. I know it's a TV show. It's my favorite fucking lawyer TV show. But once you are blacklisted from one law firm, you are blacklisted from all. What happened? In the article, they later state that he was blacklisted from every law firm in the city. In the country. Sorry, not the city. In the country. He was blacklisted from every law firm in the country. All of these kids who support Palestine are all blacklisted from any and all law firms in the United States. They're gonna have to fucking go to the UK, and even then they're gonna be out. They're gonna be blacklisted from there. They better go to Palestine and get a lawyer job there, because that's all they're good for, or pick up garbage, because they are fucking done. But remember, guys, support. Again, if you support the Palestinian people and you make that clear, you'll be okay. But once you tell people you support Hamas in their actions, you're toast. 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 Toasted it. Toasted it. Put an ED on the end there. Anyway. But yeah, guys. And the problem is, guys, there are more people on the side of Israel than there are Palestinians. You have Palestinians who are supporting Israel, but you have a lot of Israeli or Jewish people who are supporting Palestine. The world is upside fucking down, man. Upside down. So yeah, this is going to absolutely get worse. Now again, guys, more than 30 Harvard University student organizations are holding Israel entirely responsible for the Hamas mass slaughter, sparking outrage, condemnation, and calls by Congresswoman for the Ivy League school to denounce and adorn the heinous support of evil and terrorism. The letter, titled Joint Statement by Harvard Palestinian Solidarity Group, that was a letter that went out within Harvard itself. 31 student organization, including the Ivy League affiliate of Amnesty International, condemned Israel even as its residents are kidnapped and more than 700 being killed. And this is at the time the article was written. The group claimed Hamas attack did not happen in a vacuum, and the Israel government has forced Palestinians to live in an open air prison. I love that term. People in Palestine can leave whenever the fuck they want. That open air prison term is the stupidest thing I ever heard, and yet people are parroting it and echoing it like idiots. People in Palestine could leave whenever the fuck they want. Nobody's stopping them. So anyway, these students now, guys, are, by the way, switching to another article, are being doxxed. So there's a doxing truck driving around Harvard showing the names, photos of the students who blame Israel for the Hamas attack. A doxing truck is driving around the campus of Harvard with a digital billboard displaying the names and photos of the students who allegedly signed the letter blaming the Israel for the Hamas violent attack, killing more than 1,200. Again, this is a different article. That was a day later. A giant video screen hung on the side and the back of a truck, displaying the sides, both sides, in the back of the truck, like a triangle, displayed the words Harvard leading anti-Semites. I wouldn't call them anti-Semites, but all right, whatever. In a Gothic script, shows the Ivy League headshots and names in bold, red block letters, according to the social media. Now, if you go on the post, It says Harvard's leading anti-Semites, and they have their pictures and their name, but on the post they blocked it, so someone can find me the actual picture without the black bullshit around it. I'd be grateful of that. The nonprofit news watchdog Accuracy in Media was behind the truck, which showed the students involved in the 34 student group signed a letter of the attack. The surprise appearance around their campus on Wednesday was the first day of a multi-prolonged campaign involving multiple billboards and a variety of other tactics. The group deployed the truck because it's incredibly important to know who the hateful anti-Semites are in our society. Now, again, because you side with Palestine doesn't mean you're anti-Semite. If you back Hamas, you are. There is a difference. Anyway, these people are fucked. These kids are fucked. And the same list, guys, is going out to every law firm and any job that these kids apply to in the near future. These kids are going to be blacklisted. Now, supposedly, Bill Aikman, who was on the Harvard committee, he resigned. Now, I don't know who Bill Aikman is. I just threw the name out like I know who the fuck I'm talking about. But he doesn't, he left the So he's in Israel. No, sorry. I'll get back to Bill Aikman in a minute. Israeli billionaire Idan Ofer quits Harvard board, blasts the university's president over the Hamas letter. Now, supposedly, these kids are going to be getting expelled. That's a lot of kids who were expelled. It was 34 organizations. I don't know how many kids were per organization. But anyway, Israeli billionaire Idan Ofer and his wife are resigning from their posts as executive board members of the Harvard's Kennedy School in protest of school president Claudine Gay's, her last name is Gay, relax, belated lukewarm response to the student that wrote the letter blaming Ofer, the shipping and chemical magnate whose net worth is, according to Forbes, $14 billion, has quit the board. Now, I don't know the president's response, Harvard's president's response. I wasn't, but Gay has come under fire from Harvard alums, including former school president Larry Summer, who decried the delayed statement from her office in response to the student letter. Apparently, she didn't respond fast enough and she didn't act swiftly enough. Summer's disappointment in a response to a lukewarm statement released by the president's office on Monday. Now, listen, as a school president, would I suspend these kids? No. Would I spank them on the hands? No, because that is not my job. My job as a school president is to let these kids learn the hard way. And these kids are learning the hard lesson. To expel them, it's okay. Let them learn the hard way. It's as simple as that. Now, this is from, if I'm not mistaken, the Administrative on Monday. We write to you today, heartbroken by the death and destruction unleashed by the attack by Hamas that targets citizens in Israel this weekend, and by the war in Israel and Gaza underway. The statement did not explicitly condemn Hamas or the kids that wrote the letter. Again, not my job. My job is to make sure these kids fucking get an education and join the real world. Well, guess what, fuckos? They're learning the hard way. And they just got a taste of the real world. And the real world does not operate the way these kids think. See, the problem with this, it's a good and a bad thing. The good thing about this, guys, is that these kids today, they all think that they're going to be protected forever. They all think that they can sit there and support Black Lives Matter and whatever the fucking bullshit they want to support. This fucking pronoun party, fine. But I have always said, and many adults have always said, that these kids are going to learn once they get out into the real world. Well, guess what? The real world just came into their school and touched them. Punched them in the face, and now they are learning the hard way. Good. This is exactly what they need. Now, if they wholeheartedly support Hamas, they should be dealt accordingly, but not expelled from school. The school is going to expel these kids on their own. The school is going to, I don't know, the students are going to possibly throw shit at them on a daily basis. Write fucking anti-Semite on their doors. If they have a car, key their cars and flatten their tires every day of the week. Security guard's going to come over and ask if they want, not come over to see what damages were done, take a report, and move on. These kids are going to be like, no one's going to help us? No, fucko, because you sided with a group of people that are savages. The same group of people that would be savages to you if you were over there supporting them. You be and females, you be passed around 8 ways to fucking Sunday. But these are the idiots that want to support savages, so be it. Far be it for me to tell them or to suspend them or do anything with them. Let them learn the hard way. So, again, guys, say what you want to say, do what you want to do. But if you are on social media and you are proudly supporting Hamas in their actions, consequences come with those actions. That's all I got to say about this. So billionaires are pulling out. Bill Ackman, who is, I'm going to find out who he is in a second. Shame on me for not reading this article ahead of time. But Bill Ackman has doubled down on his push to have companies refuse employment opportunities to the Harvard students that signed a letter. So the hedge fund billionaire who founded Pershing Square Capital Management, I guess like BlackRock, held his ground after a Harvard law student slammed him for harassment in response to a social media post on X, which he demanded a list of the signatories on a controversial letter. So now he got the letter. Thank you for the donation to Ryan. Oh, Ryan, the eating warrior. Sorry, man. So he is doubling down on him. And this is a hedge fund guy. I'm going to tell you something right now, guys. Again, what I know about hedge fund dudes, because I watched another TV show called Billions, hedge fund people have a lot of pull. And powerful hedge fund guys, like somebody that worked for Pershing Square Capital or BlackRock or any of the other high elite companies, guys, no one is going to touch it. In fact, if you are applying out of Harvard for a hedge fund position in one of these places, even the smaller places, if Pershing Square Capital finds out that Jason Charles Capital hired them, they're going to break my balls. They're going to break my balls in such a way that they'll buy out any of the fundings, or they'll buy me out of any fundings that I have in the hedge fund world because I took on one guy. So are any hedge fund company, any starters, small old school ones that have been out there for a long time are going to touch any of these fucking kids? These kids are effectively radioactive. No one's going to touch them. I don't even think they're going to get a job at Walmart. They can't even get a job at Walmart greeting you in. Though those jobs are secured for a specific group of people, you can't even get a job doing that. So these kids, guys, are radioactive, and so be it. They learn their lessons the hard way. And Bill Ackman goes on to say, would you hire someone who was a member of a school club who issued a statement blaming lynching by the KKK on their victims? I don't think so. It is not harassment to seek an understanding the character of the candidates you are considering to hire. This is what Ackman said. I almost got him confused with Troy Aikman, by the way. So, at least a dozen business executives endorsed Aikman's call for Harvard to publish the list bearing the names of the members of the 40 to 34 group that initially attached their names to the letter that was circulating the college. Like I said, guys, these kids are fucked old. Fucked with a capital F. They're radioactive. No one's going to touch them. They can't even work at Jack in the Box right now. Jack in the Box would be like, we can't hire you. You're radioactive. And this is bad. And if we hire you, our business could be shut down because some hedge fund like BlackRock is going to fucking buy us out just to fucking fire you. I could see them doing that too. These guys got a lot of pull, guys. I mean, listen, I would fuck with them because I got like nothing to lose. But these kids got a lot to lose. And these kids can't listen. These kids can't fuck with anyone right now. The only thing these kids can do is become a sanitation worker, cop, or firefighter. And if you become a cop or firefighter in any organization in the United States, they're gonna break your fucking balls. Bottom line. Someone says, "Why are you targeting my 21-year-old?" I don't even know what that means. Muhammad. I don't even know what that means. Listen, Lisa Jean Williams. It's not fair, but that is the world we live in. That's all it is. And again, actions have consequences. It's not about the Israeli first. How people are looking at it, and I'm not looking at it that way, but how people are looking at it, guys, is that they are backing the actions of Hamas. There is no way you can excuse Hamas's action. And this eye for eye bullshit, guys, it's getting old. It really is. Well, Israel did it. Israel hasn't done it in quite a while. Israel has been behaving themselves for a few years now. So she goes, "You are," in all caps. Listen, like I said, it's the hard fucking facts. Deal with it. Lisa Jane, if you don't like what I'm saying, there's a button on this screen somewhere that you can click off. Click me off. But that's the world we live in. If you're condemning Hamas's actions, yeah, I wouldn't want to deal with you either. But if you support the people of Palestine, I wholeheartedly believe that and I understand that. If you back Israel and the Israeli people, I understand that. But if you back Israel and their past actions, and believe me, Israel has done some fucked up shit in the past, they're not innocent either. And Lisa Jean, or whatever the fuck your name is, from the Midwest, I told you before, I don't condone any of these actions. No matter who the fuck did it. But if you're going to back Hamas, yeah, you can go fuck yourself in the ears. Seriously. You know? But again, like I said, and on your way out, hit the thumbs down button. That's all I can tell you. And I'm here just reporting what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing. All right. So then Lisa Jean, she's in Canada. Sorry. I'm sorry that you live in Canada. You have my heart. My heart goes out to you. I do apologize now. But listen, it is what it is. It's the world we live in. Again, the actions of supporting a terrorist group is bullshit. It's bullshit. And that would be like me supporting the KKK. They've been quiet, but that's like me supporting the KKK. You know? Or anybody supporting the KKK and their past actions. It is what it is, man. I mean, like, if you say, I support the Palestinian people, the people of Palestine, I support them, people would understand that. They would understand that. But when you support Hamas and their fucking shitty actions, and listen, if Hamas let's paint a picture make-believe real quick before I go off the air. Let's paint a picture make-believe. Let's just make pretend that Hamas were freedom fighters, that they were fighting to free Palestine and to get more land for Palestine. I would understand that if they were actual freedom fighters, that they were fighting for land gained, if they were not killing innocent people and not capturing them and raping them and all this other bullshit. If they weren't doing that, I would be like, okay. If Hamas wasn't terrorizing their own people, I would be like, okay. But they're not doing that. Hamas treats their own people like shit, and they're treating the Israelis like shit. I don't know when the Israeli treated their people like shit or the Israeli government treated their people like shit. Hamas is doing so. There are countless videos, guys, of them treating their own people like shit. What do you think they're going to do to the Jews? You got to understand, guys, that Hamas is not a freedom fighting group. They're not loving. They're not hot. They're none of that. If they treat their own people like shit, they're treating Jews like shitter. If that is even a word, and I'm pretty sure it's not. Understand that. That's what I'm trying to get through people's heads. I'm not trying to tell you don't support Palestine or the people of Palestine. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying be careful of supporting a terrorist group that has a record for doing heinous shit to their own people. That is not freedom fighters. Freedom fighters don't shit on their own people. Freedom fighters support their people. They don't take the Gaza Strip by force. They work with the government in trying to see how they can attack Israel from a respective standpoint, meaning not killing women and kids, but hitting certain installations, right? But that's not what they did. They went up to settlements, shot in the cars, killed a lot of people in their fucking homes. And people who weren't soldiers, even though a lot of Israelis are soldiers, but people who were unarmed. They didn't take this fight to the fucking army. They didn't take this fight to the police station. Though they tried to get into a police station, they were unsuccessful. But they went into homes of people who were not armed and not privy to what was going on. That's not freedom fighters. And then using women and kids as fucking leverage, that's not freedom fighters. But again, I think there's a bigger reason for all of this. And I'm starting to believe wholeheartedly that Israel let this happen. They had to have. Yes, the global billionaires want to cancel students. Yo, such is life, man. Such is life. All right, I don't want to read the comment section because I'll get locked in. I want to go off the air. I will see you guys next week, Tuesday, if I survive tomorrow. Tomorrow should be a fun day. I will be live streaming tomorrow at the rally, so stay tuned or don't. But yeah, we shall see what happens tomorrow. I'm a little excited, man. I'm a little like, yes, let's get it on, man. But yeah, guys, I will see you guys I will see a lot of you guys tomorrow on the Angry Prepper when I live stream downtown. If not, I will see a lot of you guys next Tuesday for the doubleheader. Other than that, guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for dealing with my bullshit, and I will see you guys, tomorrow. If I start screaming like a bitch, just ignore that, Just ignore it. But if I start screaming like a bitch, that means shit got real. All right, guys. Anyway, other than that, good night.